Hello everyone, and welcome to Strategic Management of Multinational Corporations, Lecture Note 4, Co-opetitive Dynamics and Strategic Groups, based on the academic courseware by Professor Shihmin Lo. Why do static structural frameworks fail to capture real-world business rivalry? Empirical research reveals that industry structure explains less than 20% of inter-firm performance variance. Furthermore, firms do not compete in a vacuum. Business relationships contain simultaneous elements of value creation through cooperation and value capture through competition. Over the next 10 to 12 minutes, we will extend classical industry analysis by exploring complements as the sixth force, dissecting TSMC's open innovation platform ecosystem, analyzing Schumpeterian creative destruction, navigating game theory and the parts framework, evaluating Ming-Jer Chen's AMC model, and unlocking mobility barriers in strategic groups. Let's begin our journey into dynamic strategic rivalry. Classical five forces analysis treats industry competition as an adversarial war among existing players. However, Adam Brandenburger and Barry Nalebuff introduced the value net framework, which adds a vital missing force: complementors. A complementor is any player whose product makes your product more valuable to customers, such as ink cartridges for printers or electronic design automation software for semiconductor foundries. While substitutors erode customer willingness to pay, complementors expand total market surplus. In digital multi-sided markets, complementary relationships trigger direct and indirect network externalities, driving self-reinforcing feedback loops that often result in winner-takes-all market outcomes. Controlling complement dynamics requires a sophisticated strategic logic. Monopolize and differentiate your own core product, while encouraging intense competition, standardization, and overcapacity in complementary markets. By driving down complement prices, firms funnel ecosystem value back to their own bottleneck. A masterclass in this strategy is TSMC's Open Innovation Platform, established in 2008. TSMC shares process parameters with EDA vendors and IP suppliers, enabling deep tool optimization so fabless customers achieve first-time right silicon tapeouts. TSMC maintains a strict pure-play model, never competing with customers, while commanding the indispensable integration bottleneck of the global semiconductor industry. Static industry analysis assumes stable structural boundaries. However, Joseph Schumpeter recognized that competition is a perennial gale of creative destruction, where technological breakthroughs continuously displace established market leaders. Richard Davini extended this concept into hypercompetition, arguing that in fast-moving industries, competitive moats are rapidly eroded. A vivid illustration is Taiwan's flat panel display industry. During the 2000s, AUO and Innolux expanded rapidly alongside Korean rivals, but faced hyper-competitive fab generation cycles, massive capital expenditures, and severe price crashes. As Chinese state-backed makers dominated commodity LCD scale, Taiwanese firms pivoted toward high-value niche displays in automotive and medical sectors. As industries evolve through embryonic, growth, shakeout, maturity, and decline stages, key success factors shift dramatically. In digital environments, the internet lowers entry barriers, reduces customer switching costs, and accelerates substitution. Rita McGrath emphasizes that sustainable competitive advantage is now the exception rather than the rule. Modern strategy must move away from defending a single static mode, focusing instead on orchestrating a continuous pipeline of transient, short-term advantages over time. Game theory models competitive moves as interdependent choices among rational actors. In one-shot price competition, firms often fall into a prisoner's dilemma, where individual profit maximization results in mutual price destruction. By transforming single encounters into repeated games, firms introduce the threat of retaliation, fostering cooperative equilibria. Furthermore, strategic commitments, such as irreversible capital investments, credible signal strategic intent. Hard commitments signal aggressive expansion in core-not-quantity competition, while soft commitments signal margin stability in Bertrand price competition. Brandenburger and Nalebuff formalized game-shaping strategies into the parts framework: players, added values, rules, tactics, and scope. Strategists can change the game by introducing new players, altering added values, or enforcing most favored customer rules. This duality is epitomized by Taiwan's airline duopoly, China Airlines and EVA Air. While competing aggressively for premium passengers and routes, both carriers cooperate on cargo capacity sharing, ground support, and aviation policy lobbying. As game theory teaches, cooperate to expand the total market pie and compete to divide the value. To anticipate a competitor's response, managers apply Michael Porter's four-component analysis, examining rival strategies, goals, assumptions, and capabilities. Building on this, Professor Ming-Jer developed the AMC model, asserting that competitive actions depend on awareness, motivation, and capability. Strategic actions, such as building new manufacturing plants, involve high commitments and trigger slow responses. Conversely, tactical actions, such as promotional price cuts, trigger swift, flexible retaliation. Two structural dimensions govern competitive dynamics: market commonality, measuring geographic and product overlap, and resource similarity, assessing asset parity. High market commonality induces mutual forbearance. Firms hesitate to launch aggressive attacks in a rival's core market, fearing multi-market retaliation. In Taiwan's convenience store sector, 7-Eleven and FamilyMart exhibit near 100% market commonality and resource similarity. When FamilyMart launched app-based coffee subscriptions, 7-Eleven retaliated by expanding its open point digital ecosystem, escalating rival moves into multifunctional retail service platforms. Finally, strategists analyze strategic groups, clusters of firms pursuing similar strategies within an industry. Profitability variations across groups are protected by mobility barriers, which prevent easy transition between strategic positions. In Taiwan's electric scooter industry, Gogoro established a technology platform group protected by battery swapping station network moats. In contrast, KYMCO operates an OEM transformer group insulated by 30 years of manufacturing scale and global dealer networks. To conclude today's lecture, remember that successful strategy requires looking beyond static industry forces. Master your complement ecosystem, navigate competitive dynamics, and build unassailable mobility barriers. Thank you for watching SMMC LN4 with Professor Shihmin Lo. Stay strategic, and I will see you in the next lecture.